Welcome back to Community Conversations. We are getting through the end of summer and we're heading into fall, which means lots of great community events here in Concord. One of those is the 35th annual Kiwanis Club of Concord car show. And of course, we have our friend Ken Georgevits from the Kiwanis Club of Concord here to tell us all about it, to tell us about the car show, how it got started, and more information, because you're definitely going to want to check it out on Saturday, September 10th. You want to get that down in your calendars. And Ken, just thank you for coming in and
Josh, thank you for having us again. It's great to be back here, and thank you to everybody at Concord TV and to the City Council for continuing to sponsor Concord TV. I always like to give you that plug there, Josh.
You always do. That's why we keep inviting you back.
There you go.
But we also invite you back because this is a great event. I've been a couple times and recorded some footage there. It's knock on wood, great weather, great cars, great people. Tell us a little bit more about this year's event.
Okay, this year is, as you said, our 35th year, and it's our first year back in a couple of years. We had our spring fair for the first time in 3 years, and this will be the first time in 3 years that the car show is coming back. We, like most of the planet, were in a standby shutdown mode, but we're coming back this year. It's going to be a very similar show to what we've had, which means that there'll be between 200 and 300 antique and classic cars and modern cars. We have, and I have to check this, 17 different classes of vehicles that are going to be there. I'll give you some examples. Early, whatever early is, to 38, 40 to 49 cars, wagons and vans, 60 muscle cars, and then muscle cars, Chargers, Challenge, a whole class for Camaros, Mustangs, Corvettes, Studebakers. There's a lot of Studebakers.
The Studebakers look really cool. I remember specifically seeing those, and those are great.
Yeah. And GTs and Cobra. Hey, little Cobra, don't you know you're going to shut them down? Do you remember that song?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
can you sing it though?
Poorly. Poorly. Okay, I won't break the camera with that.
Right.
So yeah, this is going to be Saturday, September 10th at New Hampshire Technical Institute, right off of Route 93.
Yep.
There'll be very good signage how to get there. There is plenty of free parking. It starts technically at 9 o'clock in the morning and goes to approximately 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What happens is people can pre-register their cars, and if you do that, it's only $15, and the day of the show, it's $20. The reason we have registration even the day of the show is these people do not like to take their cars out in inclement weather. Is that a big word to use?
Inclement weather, biggest word of the day.
Yeah, there you go. So they pay a little extra, but they keep their car inside. I think in the 35 years, Chris pointed out that we've only been delayed by rain twice.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. So again, you can drive in that day, or you can pre-register. You can go to concordkiwanis.org and get one of these nice little registration forms.
Yep.
And from there, you can send them in. You can email them in or mail them in. And so that would work just fine.
Sure.
It saves a little time at the registration table. But we'll get these people start showing up. Some people get out there at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they want to get their car out there, and they start laying it out. So it's a whole experience. So they'll have pictures of the car when it was in production, some of the trophies the cars won.
So it's like an exhibit, not just the car, but they set up their own kind of booth, exhibit kind of.
That's an exactly perfect word to use.
Yeah.
I said, Clement, you're using exhibit. What a conversation
We've got, we brought out our thesaurus today.
So there we go. So it's very good. That's open to the general public. Again, free parking. But there is a $3 admission charge. So if you're going out and you want a very low cost, entertaining thing to do, $3 a person, not so bad.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. Additionally, we'll have a Kiwanis food trailer there, hamburgers, hot dogs in the morning with coffee and donuts. And that'll be all nice and something to do. One of the things that we like is in association with the tech school, we have availability to the bathrooms. So That's a good thing. The cars are all going to be parked on grass, not on gravel, not on dirt. They are being parked on grass, which if you have a car, you bring it, you say, I don't want to bring it down a dirt road type thing. No, this is perfect to park your car on. I know another car show that had on a kind of a gravel, and they decided to also bring in a helicopter. A helicopter with prop wash is a very, very bad thing. And it just sandblasted all the, so it just shows bad things can happen.
That's like an event planning nightmare.
That's an
you don't
event
want that
planning
happening.
nightmare. I can tell you about some Fleet Week things with prop wash, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
We're also having people vote on the cars. We have first, second, third place trophies.
Yep.
And then for each of the 17 classes, 17 times 3, let's say it's 51, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty quick math. And then one Best in Show award. And that's a trophy this high that you can't see, but that's about 4 feet.
Yeah. Wow.
And anybody can vote on that. But the ones that vote on each of the other classes, you can vote, if you have a car there, you can vote on any car except one in your class.
Right. You can't impact the vote on your own class.
On your own class.
Yeah.
And that is something that we watch very closely because people take that real seriously.
But they could still walk around and vote on the other ones that they see,
and
and I'm sure they enjoy that. Yeah.
I'm sure they enjoy it, and I'm sure they're very knowledgeable in what they're looking at. That's why when Ken Georgevits and Chris Pappas founded it, they know what they're looking at.
So you made reference to a couple of the founders of this car show, the 35th annual. Tell us a little bit more for those who aren't as familiar with how the event got started.
You did that very well. You've done this before. What happened is, I think most people know and associate Kiwanis with the spring fair, the carnival. And just as the quick 100,000-foot view, what is Kiwanis? And we'll start with that and go from there.
Sure.
And the elevator speech for that is Kiwanis is a nonpartisan, non-denominational group of men and women working to build better communities, one child at a time. There you go. There's the elevator speech. So that's what Kiwanis is. So we raise money and then put that back in the form of scholarships, supporting of Key Club. Kiwanis educates youth. We support the Capital Region Food Program. We've given money to Food Kitchen, Salvation Army, all of those things. So we raise money. The spring fair itself, which you've been to, Josh, a couple of times, raises this year twice as much as the previous 2 years put together.
Wow, that's awesome.
We had 4 perfect days of weather. In New England, everything is based on weather.
Right.
The car show, they said, well, in addition to doing the spring fair, we really like cars and we can make money on a car show. So that's where the idea came from. What else could we do to generate revenue to provide service to the community? All right. So we started out maybe 100 cars the first year. We got, I think Chris said we got up to 323 cars one year. That's a lot. That's a lot of moving parts, literally.
It's tough to coordinate and have the space for and be able to manage all that.
Right. And the interesting thing is people say, don't scratch my car, don't come too close to me, wait, that bump's a little too high. So we've got to be very careful with that. 250 to 300 fits just comfortably, and it gives you a lot to look at. And there is a huge diversity of vehicles. A VW micro minibus. Do you remember them?
Yeah, I do.
All right,
Yep.
there you go.
Not quite from my era, but I've seen them. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's how we came into the car show, as additional revenue.
Yep.
And something we had. If you want something done, take somebody you like doing it, and it's not work. And they convinced the rest of us to do it.
Yeah. And I'm sure when you see the members of the community come in, families and kids who love cars and trucks, and it's all worth it. I'm sure once you see people who are roaming around and having fun and enjoying it, because you could spend a long time there.
You could,
sure
you could,
they do.
and you can ask a lot of questions. And one of the advantages of it is you've got probably subject matter experts in any one of these type of vehicles. And if you said, gee, I've got this click, click, click in my car, what do you think it could be? Well, it could be this, and then you get another guy to jump in, and it's a learning experience. So that's pretty cool. But it's also fun because people like showing off their vehicles. They take a great deal of pride in these vehicles, and they like it when people come over. They like to talk about their automobile. We've thought about putting motorcycles in as a motorcycle class. Maybe we'll do that someday. We'll see what happens. COVID really brought everything to a stop, so now we're restarting again.
So it'd be good this year just to bring it back just as is, the event that you know and love. It's tough, like when you run an event year by year, when you try to add something new, but we lost momentum from running events.
Exactly.
So a lot of groups, I've heard the same thing you said, that it's like, we're happy to just bring the event back and have it run the way we did back in 2019, I assume, fall of 2019. So absolutely, and about 250 cars roughly, or we're talking in that ballpark?
Yeah, and there'll be all sizes and shapes and vintages, I guess that would be the right word to use for that. And they're fun, and one of the things that I enjoy doing is when you see some really little kids like my grandchildren, they'll just think, oh, that's a pretty car, or I like that color. And then you'll see some kids that are like 14, 15, and they're thinking about their license, and they're thinking, gee, that Camaro looks pretty cool right over there. Or that Corvette, I could, do you see what happened up on 93 North 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The orange Corvette?
Yeah, oh yeah.
161 miles an hour up the road.
Yeah. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean I've driven in Germany and on the Autobahn and a Mercedes turbocharged, and I've kicked it up that high, but that's designed for that. And, the key there is when you're driving that fast is only look forward or in the rearview mirror. You can't look left to right, because
you'll start.
Well, what happens? Everything's going by you so fast. You can't keep that perspective in your mind, so you have to keep looking straight ahead. Your eyes can focus, but once you turn 90 degrees, now things are whipping by you.
I wonder, that's probably an experience people, I'm sure like the Loudon Speedway offers opportunities for people to try out being on the track or something like that.
Yeah, but in Loudon, it's simply go straight, turn left, go straight, turn left, go straight, turn left.
That's easy. I can follow those directions.
Yeah, there you go. So we're going to have a nice food trailer there, hamburgers, hot dogs, and it works out really nice. The other big thing we have is a raffle, and thank you. I can't name all the people that have donated raffle prizes to us. Two of our major sponsors are Grapponi and Sanel, but a lot of people like Irving Oil have donated gas cards, which is really helpful nowadays. Regal Red River Theaters has donated stuff. New Hampshire Distributors has donated stuff. And so what happens is at 12 o'clock, we hand out ballots to all the people who have a car, and then best in show to anybody who comes into the main admissions area. And 12 o'clock, people are, well, I like this one and I like this one. By 12:30, we collect all those ballots, and they go into the cafeteria, quite frankly,
Yep.
and because it's indoors and out of the sun, and they count the ballots. And while they count the ballots, we do the raffle of you buy raffle tickets, and Josh Hardy, Concord, New Hampshire, you just won free oil change, something like that.
Wow, perfect. I need an oil change. Yeah,
Yeah.
but people, so you'll call it out right there. And,
Call it out right there.
Yeah.
And we have a nice sound system that's been donated to us this year, and so that's going to save us some money so that we can put more money back into the coffers. And then after we get through the raffle tickets, then we get the results. If we've timed it right, finish the raffle, results come out, and then in the class of Camaros, in third place.
Yep. I've seen you guys do that. There, you used to have a little stage platform area.
Yes, we get a flatbed tow truck.
Yeah.
And that makes a perfect stage.
Perfect.
And it works out very nicely. And we set up all the trophies. And then the last thing, the culmination is the Best in Show trophy. And that's some of these cars, they're six-figure cars plus. You know,
Oh, yeah. Has the same person ever won Best in Show multiple times? Is there a rule about that? Or
the answer to the question is yes. Is there a rule about that? No.
So you could win the same car, the same person could be voted Best in Show, be like defending champion. And
exactly right. Yeah, that very good way to put it. Defending champion.
Yeah.
And we've had the situation where people don't get too upset at that. Because you can look at it and say, like, there's no doubt Tom Brady is the GOAT. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble for that, but
no, around here, that's you can say that all you want.
Yeah, but I mean, usually it's like, yeah, I can see why that's best in class.
Yeah.
Or best in show type thing. So we want to make sure that people know we have free parking, admissions. There'll be plenty of signage to say if you're driving a car in where you go versus if you're just attending where you go.
Yeah. Big difference. You don't want someone just showing up attending that they pull their minivan in and park it where the very different areas you go. There's the grassy area and then there's the NHTI parking lot. Which,
right.
It's that big parking area when you pull into NHTI. It's right.
That's exactly right. And one thing I want to mention, 1, 2, or 10 times is please no pets. I think for obvious reasons, but I just want to make it very clear. Please no pet. Obviously, service animals are exempt. I think that'd be the best word to use there. But no pets because people are moving in and around. Now, we also have people set up pop-up tents. AAA will have a pop-up tent there and handing out information about AAA stuff.
It's a good spot for them to be.
You would think. There you go.
It's the theme. Yeah.
Other people come in that have custom parts, and they'll set up a tent for here's anything with Camaro parts. I keep saying Camaro, but
it's a good example.
It's a good example.
Yeah.
And so, gee, I've been looking for that part thing. It's funny. It's just one screw that will keep a plane not mission capable. Go and put my Navy hat back on.
But sometimes finding the right parts, especially it's gotten a lot tougher with vehicles now, finding the right parts for certain work that you need done.
Yeah, actually, even for new vehicles.
Even for new vehicles.
It's hard to find the right parts with the logistical lead time on that. So again, we have 17 class awards, free parking, restrooms, vendor displays, as I was just saying, drawings for raffle tickets, and again, a wide variety of things. And thank you to everybody. When we do raffle the things off, we will acknowledge who that sponsor was. And the list is over 100, and I couldn't even quote it right now. So it's all written down. And I'll say, donated by Josh Hardy, this Olive Garden gift certificate.
Sure.
As an example.
Yep. So that's perfect, Ken. Thank you for coming in and just explaining to us again how this all works. It's great having this nice outdoor, in-person, family-friendly event. Bring the kids and the families. Leave the pets at home for now. But again, with the free parking, only $3 admission. The rain date is the next day, Sunday the 11th, correct?
Right. And Chris Pappas makes that call. And it's important that you have one person
to make that decision.
To make that, the one captain of the ship. And He'll make that call,
Yep.
and he won't make that call till about 7:30 that day.
Yep.
So we'll already be well underway of setting up. And some people have been started to come, but this is New England.
Right.
So wait 15
If you make the
minutes.
call the night before, things could change pretty rapidly.
Absolutely, yep. As we saw, I don't know when this will be shown, but in the last couple of days, I even look at Dallas, everybody's not going to remember that. Last week they were flat out dry everything. Now we have 2 feet of water
Yep.
in the same spot, but that was only a week ago.
Oh yeah, it'll change quick.
Yeah, it'll change quick. So we hope people will pre-register because that way we can have a clue of how many cars are going to be there. But a lot of that, again, is weather dependent. Somebody might wake up in the morning and say, the sky is blue, I'm going. Or, well, it's a little cloudy, maybe not. So that's what happens with that.
So I think we're just about out of time, but I'd like to thank my guest, Ken Georgevits from the Kiwanis Club of Concord. We have the 35th annual car show coming up. That's going to be over at NHTI. You can go to their website. We'll have that information posted here in the episode, and it's going to be a great family event. So thank you, Ken, for coming into the show and talking to us, but also thank you for all the work that Kiwanis does for the community, for local area youth, and keep up the great work.
Well, thank you very much, Josh. It's always fun to be here.
All right.
Well, see you next time.
Exactly. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you next time as well here on Community Conversations.